The first match, the first game of MPLID Season 16 is the clash of the Sky Kings against the Gods. DEWA United up against Onic with the Crown Prince Skylar.
And it is a bold Hellcurt mid
Indeed.
that Octa's bringing to the table. We saw Lunox mid last season, Arashi. What do you think about the Hellcurt mid?
It's going to require a lot of help in the early game. You see Mueza immediately taking the brunt of that aggression. He's going to need a while to really start going, right? You don't have an innate like early game power like the Selena, right? So technically you can see Octa already trying to use the Hellcurt pressure to kind of roam around, do some damage. This is almost exactly like the roam Hellcurt playstyle. He's just doing it from the mid lane.
No regen. Used already.
Emblems now, Arashi. 5 games max.
See the tenacity being used for the side of Onic, for Hylas, and for Skylar as well. Understanding the assassin presence on the side of DEWA, not having any business with that. And Mueza, as you can see, going full defensive here with the firmness on top of the tenacity. And with Mark going Festival of Blood, this means that I think the Esmeralda against the CC, that could be a pretty solid stalemate here in the EXP lane. So technically they've neutralized the CC presence. Look at fans here trying to start up a play. But again, both teams not really having a lot of crowd control setters. I think the big moment is going to show up at the turtle fight.
Octa seems to be a very greedy person later on in this game because he brings out the execute as well with the Hellcurt. He's going to be there for the rotational plays, the ganks. It means that it kind of, conjures that DEWA also wants to win the early game. They want to snowball quick as well with the Hellcurt, with the execute. And for Onic, the Claude has to survive again up against a Harris. It's gonna be a hellish first early few minutes, but now turtle fight.
Yeah, Mueza already been caught. Beat, caught the curtain, caught, burns it down. Falling down to the back, off to Sans, but he just keeps his ground, stays there, and gets Turtle 1 for Onic. Not much DEWA can do. Vans, Onic's purple. ISO has retribution, walks up, and will be able to get in that retreat. He wins it out. Under the turret, taken low, but not down just yet. Onic with an early win.
Onic also up on the pounds for the early game. They want to snowball too. That kill up against Sans, or rather given to Ludpi. So the CZ has a very good day up in the XP lane.
Definitely doing better than Mark right there, but that was a weird situation we saw from Mueza. Walking up and just getting taken out like that. Doesn't seem to be any response from him at all. That's definitely concerning if you're on the side of DEWA. But looking at the clash of eras here, the young blood and the veteran, Skylar and maybe, as you say that, Skylar the Blazing Duet trying to clear it out.
Current best Keyboy walking up as well. Will be able to get that gold crab, or sorry, the gold cannon. Both teams disengage.
All Skylar can do now is just farm up, maybe use the Blazing Duet to clear the lanes, make sure that he doesn't get ganked. Keyboy.
There's a close kick. Often going back by Skylar now with the BMI forward. It's high, jumps in with the electrifying beats, bans. Gets away with the puncture. And it's just Onic doing some housekeeping, pushing DEWA out of their own jungle.
But as you guys were mentioning, man, no big crowd control tools available. The only real engage is Keyboy. And so if DEWA can keep the pressure up and actually pressure Keyboy to use the glorious pathway backwards defensively every single time, that means Onic can't really follow up, can't really chase anybody down unless they want to put themselves in danger. And they will have a lot of tools available to kind of turn and counter-engage around. That's something that Onic definitely don't want to really do, especially because they're only at a 1k gold lead. They can very much find a big moment here and turn it around. They have to really plan out and set up for this next turtle take though, honestly.
Mark getting pushed, but Sans on the rotational play here. Good pressure, the Esmeralda so low.
Predicted feathered airstrike from Sans! Wow!
Takes down the XP laner, and DEWA without the Esmeralda. Now Onic, they have prio on this turtle, and Ludpi is just gonna wreak havoc towards Mueza. There's no way they can contend this turtle for themselves.
Free for Onic. Just like that, Arashi?
I mean, we were talking about DEWA planning out the aggressive moves. Look at Vance here, trying to get on Keyboy, leaving the orange. Keyboy is just too tanky at this point. That's an interesting situation, trying to push him away perhaps, but Mark, oh man, he's a target now.
The airstrike coming down, the falling star moon is right there, but what is the Esmeralda sustain to the burst of Sans?
Oh no, getting schooled by the Sky Kings. As Keyboy might get caught in trouble, but he's gonna be fine. He's a tanky, beefy boy. Just making way for Onic and Skylar to farm up a bunch. He has the DHS. needs that Trinity to get moving forward, Blazing Duet, which maybe.
Skylar. The Blazing Duet is zone. This ain't the usual Blazing Duet from Skylar just yet.
Yeah.
No big team fights for now for that to happen. But for Mark, man, the fact that he went with the flicker here is making him so much more vulnerable.
Oh, yeah.
No Purify to get out and, you know, dodge from some of those feathered airstrikes. So with Esmeralda, you're tanky, but you need to be able to proc your shielding, right, to get that extra tankiness. So when you get stunned up and burst it down immediately, man, Onic have the tools right here to really nullify any kind of frontline presence because Mueza can't deal with the magic damage and Mark just gets locked down and deleted immediately.
I'd like to interject and argue that this Hellcurt pick, the later it gets, the harder it is to execute. But Ludwig will pop the vengeance.
3v1, no problem! Ludwig forcing Octa's ultimate. And it's free for Onic to go bot lane, baby! Can you survive? He has a flick, and the Feather Airstrike comes in. Keyboy locks him down in the backline as Kai walks in forward. No Zaman force to play with. Kai gets a kill, and Mueza is unable to answer. That's a free turret and kill for Onic down below.
Ah, the Sky Kings again making the gods bleed, smiling down from the heavens. So Onic is doing absolutely insane in this early game. Again, I was about to say this Hellcurt pick, the later it goes, the sooner it becomes. It seems like the Hellcurt pick will become irrelevant because as of now, 6 minutes, Octa still not able to get a kill. And the Dark Knight Falls not used enough effectively to become a good ganking tool, Arashi.
No.
With a 4K gold lead for Onic, man, at this point, any misstep, and Sans even solo can kind of one-shot Octa as well. So even though he's the assassin here, he has to be careful not to be assassinated by the side of Onic. He needs to find ways to get in the back, and he needs to use that ultimate for a high-value team fight. But Onic are not going for a big 5v5. They're just going for 3v1s, 3v2s. They're using the pressure around the map to get guaranteed advantages here, whether it's gold, time, or cryo. And so DEWA are always one step behind.
Whoa! And he's gonna take it long. Oh, his pathway! Give it Skylar to Blazing Duet for free! Into the backline he goes with Feather Airstrike supporting him. AOG defensively as maybe pops in the Zaman Force, dashes back and forth. Ludwig ties them up with the curtain call, and Skylar gets a turret in the mid lane. Mueza able to get away in time. Onic are not giving DEWA any space to play with. It is a free tier 2, nothing from DEWA to answer that trade.
The first glimpse of Blazing Duet from Skylar. Finally shown there, but still only one kill for the Claude. But the later it gets, the sharper this Claude will become, the more damage it's able to exert. Now, for DEWA, Arashi, what do they have to do? What will this Hellcurt bring to the table when it's come to the late game?
I think at this point for DEWA, the only real thing they have going for them is they have burst damage. So they don't have crowd control, but at this point, it doesn't really matter when you're against a team with a Purify on the mid lane and gold laner, right? Unfortunately, Octa is just so behind with only a Heptasis at this point at 8 minutes. He is just slightly irrelevant. I think Skylar can even 1v1 him, no issue, even without the Win of Nature. So they need to try and find a way to wait for Onic to overstay perhaps, just defend a little bit more, and then use that burst damage together and, you know, go for a 2-for-1 trade. Get a kill onto Sans or Skylar, because they have to try and find something with the burst damage. That's one of the only things they have at their disposal.
Sieging on towards the bottom side, but no. At least for now, Octa is able to exert side lane pressure, right? Just push out the minions to then create that pressure on towards the side lanes, and Onic has to respond, and they do. Octa cancels his recall. He's gonna be fine on the Lord, next on the eyes of the Sky Kings.
Look at the critical throw.
Weird, Rashi. Like, they built such a good first phase draft, I feel, to just go for the Hellcurt mid in the end. I thought maybe it was Rome, maybe they would swap some things here, but now they have 0 prio, 0 clear. I mean, the clear kind of like, it's just Aaron and Lance, and then even that's not really going to be enough to deal with the sieging potential of Onic.
I think they're really relying on that Hellcurt doing well in the early game, but again, we talked about this a lot, Mirko. The God of Kacha isn't exactly the best early game aggressive kind of roam. Whew. So even when Octa was trying to be proactive there was nothing that the rest of DEWA could do to kind of enable him. And as you mentioned, the siege potential, look at that, dude. It wasn't even a proper fight, and Sans was able to chunk down multiple members down to below half HP before the Lord is even in the picture. They were just having to answer so many questions at the same time.
As far as getting ridiculous. Now the Lord sieging on the base. DEWA might be able to stop this push.
Yeah, holy shield in the mid lane already taken out by their airstrike over to Mark. This might be a solo kill. Oh, flicker out from Mark. A big resource that I think would rather be spent from DEWA to try to engage, use defensively in their own base. And Onic still have those enhanced minions to go for yet another siege down in the mid lane. Zaman Force popped in with a Glorious Pathway too as Keyboy looks for an angle. Octa using the Stingers to clear out the way, but now there's another up top and walks in, Thorn Rose by the red strike from Sans, reads it again perfectly. Mark disintegrates Kai with the electrifying beats as Sans flaps his wings inside of the base of DEWA.
Again, looking so clean and so perfect from the Sky Kings. Sans also with the 3 kills to his name. The burst damage uncontained by the gods. DEWA United bleeding to death. The crystal opened, but can they end it right here, right now? It seems like not yet. Outside. Oh, push!
Another one now reading the move. Kai jumping in the back, finding a killing spree. It's another turret falling up top. Onic in dominant fashion, going in again. Trans and Octa tied up together with the curtain call. Ludwig diving in deep into the base. And they have another minion wave. It's still a 3v5. Now getting Mark, HCC taken out by Kai. Blazing duet from Skylar. Over to Vans. Kai with the cleanup. Onic with a match to remember. Game 1, 11:44.
Flawless game from the Sky Kings. 0 deaths. And they look sharp. They look clean. They look unstoppable. But again, it's still the first game. Still 2 more possible games to go. But what a debut for Skylar.
Good old Onic, man, bringing in the Claude on Skylar, the Sans on the Farsa. This is Onic as always, so dominant, so calculated when it comes to the rotations of how to take the fights.